Hi, and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris, and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, I'm going to walk through some and only some of the altcoins that I believe have the potential to make millionaires in the next bull market. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes on this video, and let me know in the comments below what sort of content that you really want us to start putting out in this bear market. Really interested to get your views and opinions. Right, let's get down to the desktop and have a look at some of these millionaire making altcoins. Okay, so before we get into Polygon, I do need to say I'm not a financial advisor. You should treat this as educational purposes only. Never invest more than you're willing to lose in this space, because it's a volatile market and you do, run the risk of losing all of your money. There's lots of hacks. Lots of bad actors in the space, so you've got to go away and do your own research. I'm not encouraging you to buy any of these altcoins. I am encouraging you to go do your own research on them and see if any of them resonate with you before making your investment decisions. So the first one that I want to look at, and I'm going to go through quite a few, and these are just some of the altcoins that I think have the potential to make you a millionaire. Now, with all that said, I'm going to be purchasing all of these throughout the bear phase. You can jump in our Discord. If you're a Patreon member, you'll get all of the alerts of what prices I'm buying them at. And there will be others added to this list. So, these are the strongest ones in the space that I believe have got huge potential. And we're going to start with Polygon Matic, right? Now, we originally got into this at like 1.5 cent, right? And it was 162 times your money. So if you invested $1,000, that would have returned you $162,000 from a $1,000 investment, right? So that's just crazy sums. Now, what I will say is I'm not anticipating this one to do the same level of percentage returns, because as the market goes on and they become more developed and they get more hype and more following, those X's become slightly less. So just be aware of that. But we are in the market low is going to be wanting, in my opinion, to be acquiring quite a lot. Now, my entire Polygon Matic is part of my 10% of my portfolio that is stuck in Celsius. So I potentially don't have any Polygon Matic at the moment, so I will be building up a position back in this one. So a little bit wounded on that one, but it is what it is. Now, why am I excited about Polygon? Now, just one of the reasons is Polygon has been chosen by Disney Accelerator Program. Again, I kind of feel like this project is just going to grow leaps and bounds. I think there's going to be more projects going over to Polygon. I just think that this project is a solid pick. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below about Polygon Matic. Really do like this one. Moving on, and I want to talk about I guess some of the bad actors I mentioned earlier in the space, right? Lots of hacks in crypto, and you run the risk of losing your money, right? And we've seen this not only with the likes of Celsius, Voyager, Three Arrows Capital, the list goes on and on, right? With these companies, going bankrupt or, illiquid. Now, I think that when it comes to hacks, Lossless is a fantastic protocol, and I just encourage a lot of other projects within the space to utilize, not necessarily Lossless, but why not, some of these projects that are here to safeguard people's cryptos from these hacks and stuff like that. So I really do rate this project. I think it's going to do really well. I think it's going to become more and more prominent as we see more and more hacks and more people losing their money. There's got to be a solution, and I think Lossless is potentially that. So really like this one. Again, they're restoring trust. I think this is a fantastic project, and we look and you see lots of $540 million crypto gaming hack was made possible by an elaborate phishing scheme. Like there's lots of ways that they do this. I think it's definitely one to be keeping an eye on. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I would be looking to get these on pullbacks. Make sure you're utilizing technical analysis and other tools that are made available. Check out our Discord, free to join. I mean, it's absolutely no reason not to join our Discord. Link is in the description of this video. Free to join, fantastic community, talking crypto 24/7. Come join us, be part of that group. So yeah, definitely one to look at. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. The other one, again, just on the same sort of theme around projects that are here to keep us safe in the space. Polyswarm, again, we got into this one at about 0.5 cent. It went up to about 27 cent. Again, silly amount of profit in the last bull run, and we actually got into this one in the bull run. We do a lot of research. I think I do a write-up every single day on different projects in the space. I've done over 100 days of write-ups on different projects. I do a lot of research and I find a lot of projects, and people ask me, how do I find these projects before anybody else, like I did with Polyswarm. Now, a lot of the time I find them because people will say, oh, can you have a look at this project? And I get a lot of requests to do write-ups on projects, and I will look at them, and every now and again there will be like a diamond in the rough, or I've just been researching another project and a project just comes up and over and over again in the different research aspects that I do, and then it prompts me to go take a look at it. Now, I can't remember exactly how I found Polyswarm, but I remember looking at it and thinking, this shouldn't be this price. It's massively undervalued, and it definitely was, and it definitely demonstrated that. And I think we're in the realms of being undervalued again, and I think this one again with the use case, and I think it's a prominent one in the space. It's definitely going to be a project, in my opinion. Go do your research, but I think this one's got legs, and I think it's going to do really, really well. I really do believe this. Moving on, and we've got the sector artificial intelligence. Now, I did a whole set of videos, like a playlist of videos on the channel, crypto sectors, where I break down the crypto space and I look at the different sectors and I call out some of the projects that I think are going to do really well in some of these sectors. Now, Singularity DAO is under the AI aspect, right? And I think AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, is going to be a sector that blossoms over the next 5 to 10 years. I think it wasn't, prominent in the last one necessarily as AI as a sector, but it's definitely going to become more and more so. So I think that, people that get into AI type projects that have, solid teams, solid tech, solid use case, and with AI and machine learning, it costs an awful lot of money, so you've got to have good backing. I think those projects will go on to do like that, move mountains. I think these projects are going to do really, really well. So for the first AI project that I want to highlight on this list is Singularity DAO. Now, what is Singularity DAO? Basically, it's a type of hedge fund for cryptocurrency. It's a DAO, so it's governed, I guess, by the community through voting mechanisms, and they have DAOs which are basically baskets of crypto assets, and they will use artificial intelligence and machine learning to basically trade the market. So if the market goes down, they will perhaps come out of it into stable coins, and then when it gets down, they will buy, and then as it goes up, they will sell and go back into stable coins, and basically outperform the market. Matter of fact, they've outperformed traditional hedge funds massively, and the thing is, they haven't even got all the different strategies within trading utilized just yet. And they're going to be adding those shortly. So I think they're outperforming just with one strategy. They're going to add another 2 or 3 more strategies. It's going to be immense. So this is a project that I highly rate. It's a project that I have a very good position in, and I'm going to continue to purchase. And I have already said that I'm not selling this one. I think this one's going to do really well. And I think long term, wow, just wow. I mean, go read up, go research it. I really like this one. It's just my opinion, not financial advice, but I am passionate about AI as a sector. Moving on, and we've got SingularityNet, the AI marketplace, again, part of the same family as Singularity DAO, the Singularity Group I really do rate this project. I expect it to do really, really well. Again, I think there's a real need for this. It really does level the playing field. Just imagine, Google and the level of artificial intelligence and machine learning they have. Muggins here, Chris wants to go set up a business. I'm never going to be able to compete with Google. Something like this allows me to potentially, compete with, big companies or bigger companies. I think this really does level the playing field. I think it's a really good project, and it's definitely worth spending the time to do some research on artificial intelligence projects. Do check out my crypto sectors playlist on the channel. I will put a link up above for you to go take a look at that. Okay, moving on, and we've got Cardano. So again, in the crypto sectors, I'm going to call it a playbook, but it's a playlist. I did call out layer ones as projects that they did well in the last run, but I think they're going to do well in this run. I think there's higher percentage gains for projects building on some of these ecosystems once they're fully developed. But ultimately they are higher risk. So I think a low risk, high reward still would be Cardano. I think this is superior technology to the likes of Ethereum. It enables developers to write more secure code in comparison to Ethereum, where it's easier to write insecure code. We have done interviews with the likes of Dr. Ben Goertzel from SingularityNet, and he has obviously the experience of both and talks about the differences. So definitely check out that interview on the channel. Fantastic interview, and maybe one day we'll get Ben on the channel again. Moving on again, another layer one, we've got Solana. Now, I've not been the biggest fan, and I am the first to say when I think I'm wrong, or I've had a change of opinion. Now, the reasons why I didn't like Solana so much was because of the downtime, but I understand that it's early. I feel that it was rushed to market. I didn't like how centralized it was, but as time goes on, it's going to become less centralized. Now, I sold at a very, very good price, made a huge amount of profit on Solana, and obviously completely transparent about my my actions. I told everybody when I sold. It gave people time to they could have sold at a higher price than me. I sold early. But ultimately, I'm happy with the decisions that I made. They were the right decisions. My concerns were that VCs were going to dump on basically retail. I think there's less chance of that happening now. And on top of all of that, I do think that over time, they will be able to deal with the issues with downtime. But the thing that's got me really interested is the mobile phone aspect of things, because I think this is a really, really big play. And look, going to mobile, I think is a really big deal. I don't think people have really understood the impacts that this could have. I do think that it's something that people should be reading up on and doing some research on. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on Solana. I know this will be a surprise to many to make my list, but I do think it's going to do really well. And two more, the last two, Polkadot, again, multi-chain, basically for Web3, right? And we're talking about interoperability here. I talk about this an awful lot. I think the likes of Polkadot, Cosmos is doing something very similar. I think Polkadot is superior though, and I think with the parachains and the projects that are going to be going on Polkadot, I think it is going to do really well. Now, this one was slower in the last run, but I expect it to be better in the next bull run. So again, you will if you're in our Patreon, you will see all my buy orders currently coming in. I think we had another low yesterday, so another one of my orders came in. I am expecting lower lows, and hopefully some of those buy orders come in. Let me know what your thoughts are on Polkadot. And then the final one that I want to add here is Quant. Again, interconnected world around banks and asset managers and other financial institutions. I think enterprise level project, I do think that it's going to do really well. One that we don't talk about an awful lot, but we are very aware of, and I will be building a position. It will be a slightly smaller position than some of the others in this list, but it'll be a position worth noting, just to be clear. So yeah, those are the projects that or some of the projects that I think have the ability for the next bull cycle to make millionaires. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. What projects would you have had added to this list? Really interested to get your views and opinions. Now, there will be people that are wondering why the likes of VeChain aren't in there, the likes of Harmony aren't in there. It's not because I don't think they've got that ability to make millionaires in the next bull run. It's because we just talk about them all the time. So I wanted to do something a little bit more, refreshing and focus on some of the other projects. I think these projects are also going to do really, really well. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.